All right. Hello there. In this video, a local SEO backlink strategy. So my name is Chris Palmer, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through a very effective strategy that you should certainly start implementing right away. You see, I was thinking about this video as I was about to make it, and I just couldn't put my thoughts together today, so I decided to do a live stream, and I'm just going to walk through the information that I've learned with a recent client that has 190 locations, and there has been a few things, but one thing that has really stood out. So what I'm going to walk through is actually these tips here. I have 7 of them that we did. Most of them are pertaining to a local backlink strategy. It's more about building the relationship between his services in multiple locations and then having others saying the exact same thing. So let me walk through this, and hopefully this can help your business out. So let's not waste any time. Let me get right into it. So I want to share with you one of the most important things that we've learned in running this campaign, this backlinking campaign. And we're not really looking at it as backlinking. It's more like PR, all right? The types of backlinks that have been really moving the needle are more of those being put onto what is called a top list, all right? Or the best of service lists. Now, Google seems to be weighting these a little bit differently, but I think that there needs to be an I know that there needs to be an association with these types of links. And let me explain. So I just brought up a quick example here. This would be what I mean by a top site. So Google's actually looking at these top sites a little bit differently. And somebody that is on the team already is who presented this to us. And I was, really blown away by this. And I want to show you something. So being put onto these top lists is step one. And I'm going to walk through the tips first, and then we'll talk more about tactics. But please stick with me. Again, I didn't know how to put this into words. Usually I can give you a fast burst of information. But I really want to walk you through this because it's going to be ultra effective for you if I can put the pieces together. I'm feeling foggy this morning. I'm not sure why. But in any case, so our whole campaign was based around getting on these top lists. You see, in each of your businesses, you're going to have a Google My Business, right? So let's just say that I'm Chris Palmer Marketing. All right, let's just use me as the example. So Chris Palmer Marketing is obviously my number one is going to be internet marketing service. My secondaries are going to be marketing agency, web design, consultancy, right? Consultant. So my objective is to not only have these words on my website and be talking about the services that I provide, but also have other websites, top lists, mentioning this as I am actually the best in this industry, matching what is inside of my Google My Business. So in this instance, let's say that we're a timeshare. Let's say we're RCI or RCA timeshare, and we were able to get listed within the 25 resorts. This is one top list. Now, we went through all of the top lists nationwide to get on every single list for a massive increase and boost within ranking across all of our properties. Aside from that, what I noticed within, the guys that are working on it, this is what they did, and I want to show you something. Becoming and getting on the list, you can then start creating your own lists. And this is what I started seeing. I wanted to give you an example of the 5 best, the 4 best, whatever you are, plumbers in New York City, the 10 best plumbers in, you see, these could be your guest posts. But it's all based around one topic, becoming and getting onto these top lists. As I started doing more research, it started dawning on me. I want you to take a look at this. Let's go over here. Let's go to incognito. Take a look at this. Google is actually weighing these more. And as we're starting to get rankings, we've been working on this project for 6 months. I want to show you something. So top lists for local rankings. Take a look at this. They're literally looking at it just a little bit differently. Local search ranking. Check this out. And I want you to take a look at this. So if you come into here, let's take a look here. I want to show you something. Share your link in your listing. Here's prominence. Let me show you guys something. Distance, relevance. Man, there's a piece of information and they laid out, there's actually a list. So if you can get for your business the top lists to get listed on, that is the #1 backlinking strategy that there is. But here, let me walk through this. You can go searching for it. Look up top lists for local. And Google's like giving it to you. I see why that this was presented at the, I'm going to say at the table for a strategy for this massive company, right? Their whole PR and whole link building campaign was based around getting on all of the lists. And now let me tell you some of the tactics that here, let me give you the jobs that I had to do because this was the next step. After we went across and got all the top lists, then they deployed their own little network of people talking about them and their competitors with them in the best light on pages like this. 5 best vacation clubs you should join in 2019. They're #1. Their competitors are below them. And it's corresponding. Then as the SEO, my job was to then go in and there's something that you need to do to incorporate or to connect the entity, which is a fact check. So now when the bot comes to the page, we're able to add what is called a fact check scheme. And I want you to, if you're getting PR, if you're getting backlinks from reputable sources or top places, make sure that you're putting that inside of your schema to make that connection. Very important. I was literally tasked with this. And I want to share this with you. So here, let's go over here to Google. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so fact check schema. This is on the list. I'm walking through the tips. Again, I didn't know how to give this to you. The backlinking strategy is a straight PR campaign across all of the top and best sites. Not best. We're talking about the top place listed from reputable sources at whatever price. So if you're a digital marketer, UpCity, places like that, you need to be on these lists. These lists are weighted differently according to Google, and I've seen it firsthand now. Completely different. It's unlike any other linking strategy I've seen. The results have been exponential. Let me show you. And I really want you to, I want to show you this to back up because you're probably thinking, oh, there's no way. And it's backed up, and I went looking at this. That's why it's so interesting to me. I was just reading about this maybe a week ago when I started getting into the campaign. I was tasked with something totally different, but as I started talking with the manager and I realized exactly what they were doing, that's why I'm here today. I was tasked with something totally different, but I saw what they were doing and it was working. So I'm giving it to you. So in any case, let me share with you. So top place list, local ranking. You guys got to check this out. I want to get you where you need to go look, so you can see it. Yeah, it's like top place, top list, oh, here, how about this? Get listed on top places for local business. Top lists, man, I don't know how, dude, it's like right inside of Google's things. And like, I was blown away by this when he showed me. I was like, I can't even believe it. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, not only what they were doing was working, but it was literally being, it's like Google's like telling you. It's the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Usually whatever they say, you do the opposite and then you're doing well, right? But anyway, let me get through my list here. So that was one thing. So first and foremost, being on the top list places, right? And then creating your own. So if you're having a PBN network or you're buying links, what you're basing your campaigns around are that you're the best in the industries that are listed within your Google My Business or within your services, or if you have pages on your website, your categories. You're a plumber, you do HVAC, you do dental, you do surgery, like whatever you're doing, you want to be the best for each category for your business, and then actually get a reputable source or a reputable other website, not just go buy links. The first step is get on these top lists for all of these categories. Second then was once you start doing maybe guest posting or other types of strategies, then it's starting to back it up with even more. And I gave these examples of two that I saw within our industry. One of them was a top list was, here's the 25 top resorts for this particular timeshare. The company that I work with is on this list, down bottom obviously for this one, but they're on this list. This is a main entity. And then on this particular one, what I noticed was they were talked about in a very nice light. And this to me looked like almost like a PBN or a guest post or something that they were implementing, because I've also seen them do this. They'll go out and find all the keywords that have only been searched 1 or 2 times. Like they'll set up campaigns where they're literally talking about themselves or answering questions that have been asked before. Like, because people, especially for timeshares or travel clubs, people are doing due diligence. So when people are doing searches in the top results, like say this would be a search that's pretty common I've seen pages on. Is RCI Travel Club a scam? Oh, I shouldn't have wrote that. I slipped on that one. But in any case, so see, take a very look. Like, but this is what I mean. These are the types of searches that come up, all right? So this is the kind of stuff that you want to get suppressed, you see? But what I'm saying is these campaigns should be based around PR, but your link building, getting listed on the top places, and then getting all the facts. On your website, you're then naming the top place sites within your fact check schema. You're checking the facts. So when the bot comes, they're seeing it. Hey, he's a reputable source. He was listed on here. It's inside of the schema. Fact check schema once you get these entities in place. All right, let's move on. Something else I noticed was this. If you're not utilizing licensing within your images, you should sign up for this. IPTC. All right. I want IPTC images. I want you to take a look at this protocol. And if it makes sense for you and your business, incorporate it. All right. So just take a look at that. The last piece that I want to share with you is going to be this. Because I wrote it down. So fact check schema, website mentions, top place list, build your own top lists, reviews for known match. Oh, speakable keywords. Take a look at this. So I've been playing around with this. I guess I'm getting off topic here, but that's okay. I've been playing around with something. I want you guys to check this out. So I've been playing around with this speakable schema. I want you to take a look at this. So grab this, grab some of this schema here. This is called speakable. And then literally mark up primarily keywords or the articles. It's almost like, you know, how article body, article disambiguation. Well, now you can go in and do it yet again utilizing speakable. Try it out. I think you'll really like the results. The main course of action that I really wanted to share with you is these top lists. Getting listed on these top lists, doing mass PR. If you're going to be buying links, purchase the links. I'm not talking about like go buy PBN like, oh, I'm on the 10 best. Literal reputable places. Let me see if I can find it here. Top top places. Check this out. Support.google. Right, let's see if we can get in here. So there's our bulk spreadsheet. Verify your locations, keep your hours accurate, add photos, prominence. It's like buried in here, but man, you should see it. It's a very interesting thing. So what I started looking for was within my own industry. I started looking for, well, where are these top lists? You know, like, how do I find, because they speak about it, and then I start looking for, you know, where are the top lists? So it's a top list for local. Dude, man, you should see it. It's such an interesting little thing. Is this the same one again? Yeah, man, it's got to be within here. You should see this stuff. But yeah, it's a very interesting. Check it out. Try it for yourself. You're gonna see excellent results, and I want you to take this into consideration too. Like, say when you're out here, like, let's take a look at this, because you want to get known for the things that your business is about. Like, you want to be able to go in here and, like, let's say it's gonna be like the best steaks in New York City, right? Let's say we're doing this, best steaks in New York City, because that's the next aspect, is you actually have customers talking about exactly what. Now we're on the top list places. It's inside my fact check team. It's been checked and verified by business. There's other PR talking about the same exact thing, and then within our GMBs, we actually have real customers saying the exact same phrases. They are the best blank. They are the top blank. Like, they're like reinforcing the same thing, and they're manufacturing this, and I'm seeing crazy results. That's all I'm getting at. You know, I it's just the craziest thing. I wish, you know, I'm really just looking into it. It's just something that I'm seeing being super successful. So yeah, like, you know, just like this, like you can see how Google's literally taking these out. You know, like, look at here. You see how they're literally pulling these out? Yes, these are from reviewers. This is what comes up. You know, you want it to be mentioned by the actual users. You're reinforcing exactly what you're doing. You're getting listed. Then you're creating other assets that are saying the same exact thing. And then you're getting your customers to say the same exact thing. And it's all pertaining to the exact categories in the exact business that you're running. Try it out. You know, I'm probably going to take this down because I want to think about this. Maybe I should get some more data, but I wanted to share this with you as soon as possible. I'd really like to show you where they're literally talking about it, because it was shown to me. You know, it was shown to me when I started talking with Vinny about their campaigns, and I'm thinking, like, I was telling them that you guys are wasting, because I'm nobody to them, right? But I have a very good rapport with the main guy, one of the main for marketing. And I said, man, you guys are wasting money. You know, you should pitch on, you know, they're already creating their own assets. I'm not sure why you're not building. And this was his answer, and this was the epiphany for me was, oh, well, I'm glad I know now. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. Because it, you know, if bigger businesses are doing it to massive success, then you, for, you know, if you're a plumber or whatever you are, you know, I'm sure that you can find the same exact success. Here, let's see if we can get it to pop off of here. Top places, top lists being favored by Google. I don't know. I don't know how he got it to populate. Dude, it's like really within Google's, like he showed me. I was blown away by it. That's why I want to show you. But I'm not sure where it is. Let me see if I have it on here. No. Local Viking alternative. So yeah. Yeah, it's a very strange thing. But in any case, let's see if we have any questions today. Hopefully this helps you out. I wish I could find the exact article that he showed me, but it's not an article. It's within Google, actually. So I wish I could go ahead and share that with you. But good morning, Abdul. How are you? Custom map is no longer works for GMB. Is that true? Custom map is no longer working for GMB. Is that true? I'm not sure what you mean by this. Custom map? Explain to me. What are you talking about? You're talking about my maps? Creating my maps? Abdul, I guess I will find out. I just had one made for me. Where do you use these top lists? Where do you find these top lists? Yeah, they're in every industry. So top 10 digital marketing agency. Like you're going to see them. Like let's say for this, being on say this particular would be a big one. Like let's say Clutch, that's a very big one. If you're a digital marketer, that would be one of the top lists. They're completely favored and looked at completely different, and I never believed this until he literally showed it to me. I have to show it to you guys. You have to see this. You have to see it because, and here's why. I do things a certain way, right? Now, obviously, when there's bigger budgets, we're going to do things a completely different way. But when they're launching a national campaign and paying any price, and this is I've never seen anything that was so effective. You know, and when I told him a completely different strategy, he told me absolutely not. This is what we're doing. We want to cover all the keywords that are negative, and if an answer is populating, we need to be the answer. Secondly, we're validating the top list posts for our main categories and what we immediately do. We're paying the most money for those top lists that are accredited top lists. And then any of the secondary, right? Like best two room, best, I don't know, resort with pools. That's what I'm getting at. Like breaking it down like subcategories. Top lists, a ranking factor for local. Let's go take a look at this. It's an interesting thing, and you can read about variations of it within all these places that talk about SEO, but it's not like when you see it from the horse's mouth, when they're literally saying, here, let's go top places, Google Maps. Let's see if we could see the top places. Google My Business. Let's see if we can get it to improve your local rankings. Let's see if I could get it to be within here. I know that it's got to be within here. Relevance, distance, prominence. See, and this is interesting. Business from across the web. You should. It's kind of funny. They give you little tiny tips within here, but nothing to places. Community announcements. Search. Search Central. Local business. Let's see if it's Search Central. Here we go. This is the page that he was showing me. Google Search Central. Right? Take a look at this. Now let me see if I can find where it was. So here's local business. They're talking about the structured data, blah, 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 blah. Simple local business listing. I mean, this is schema, obviously. Yeah, advanced SEO. I think it was in here. Advanced SEO. Man, I want to show you guys this. It's the weirdest thing, and I didn't. It'll give you the epiphany, but and two, once you get in here, you can read. Now, obviously, this is Google and this is their mumbo jumbo, but I think that you know, if I didn't see results, I would think that he was just showing whoever he has to answer to. You know, he was validating it. Hey, this is what's being proposed by Google. Let's run this campaign. And usually I would run from what Google tells me, right? That's why I would say no. But now that I've seen it in action, I recommend it to everybody. If you have the budget, you should be building on these lists without any doubt. And then your secondary links, secondary backlinks, or guest posts that you're building are talking about the other services that you offer. The top best for whatever your industry is, definitely across the board, as many as you can get that are accredited. Secondly, all the guest posts and everything else is all PR that are supporting all of your secondary categories and your services. That's what you need to be talking about. It's night and day, guys. It's night and day. It's very, very effective. And then literally putting that into your schema. I don't know if the schema part, that was what my task was. Real simple. But this is where I got to see the inner workings of what they were doing. So that's why I'm sharing it. All right. Yeah, so it's very interesting. Let's get inside of here. Yeah, we need to get over to, let's go over here. I believe it's in advanced, I think. I'm not really sure. Let's go to top places list. Here we go. Look at this. So top places list. If your business is mentioned in any top places, lists online, Google might show a rich snippet that shows the list that they mention your business. For example, if your restaurant appears in the top 10 Chinese restaurants in NYC list and a best restaurants in the city list on qualified websites, this is the magic ticket here, right? And this is what got me down the rabbit hole once I was shown, because then when you click it, it takes you in a circle, right? Like, well, where's the list, dude? Right? So this is where I started thinking to myself, okay, well, let's go see what they did. So I just started going around, and it's the qualified sites, which would be, let's say if you're in digital marketing, right? It would be your Clutches. It would be your UpCities. It would be your big directories that also run these posts, these roundups. They're not the cheapest, but they are the most effective. So the list must be curated and a content provider by a genuine independent. And then this is where I've seen and noticed when they were running, like this was an example, they're running secondary campaigns, and I wrote this down, where they're literally creating their own top place lists. They're creating their own top lists, and then they're fact checking their own stuff. You know, I'm here just to give you information that is quite effective. Quite effective. So read this over from the horse's mouth. This is what he showed me. I mean, we were just BSing. I never come in here. I you know, like for what? But for this particular time, and I thought it was more of a validation mechanism for who he answers to. But man, the results have been epic. Let me answer any questions that you might have. And I'm sorry for drilling down on this, but I really was dying to show you. So build your own facts. The Speakable, try that out. That's just more for fun. I threw that in there because it's something I've been playing with on the Chris Palmer SEO site. I've been messing around with it. And I'm noticing for some real BS keywords that I'm getting a pop on them. And the only thing I changed was the Speakable schema on the pages. Now, it could be because I added more words to the page, or the densities, technically speaking, because I changed the schema and I duplicated everything that was on the page. There's only like 100 words. You see what I'm saying? And then right up. So, and it's in a very low competitive niche within the city pages, so you can check that out for yourself if you would like. So, do you ever join affiliates? I do. Yeah. The only two that I promote are SEMrush. I use them every single day. And recently, after Tons of professionals have been telling me, Chris, you have to get using Pop instead of Surfer, like Craig's told me, Holly told me, and just clients use it too. They're like, oh no, we tried that. It's so I'm on the Pop wagon. Those are the only two affiliates, only because those are the two tools that I use every day. I just started using Pop every day, but hey, once I get efficient enough in it, I'll be able to say very confidently I use it every single day. I just started using it every day, but soon I'll be using it every day. That's the only affiliates though that I mess with. I'm not a big fan of the pitch. You know, my objective is, to be honest, you know, like my business plan when I started this was to give the best information at the best price. If you take a look at other markets, you know, where I learned this tactic, I have the best product for the best price. That's it. You know, so it's as easy as that. Where do you find the top lists? Yep, again, if you're searching your industry, you're going to know these directories, these top place sites. Also, you can create your own facts pages, your own top places lists. Also, nip it in the bud. When people are doing searches for your brand, business, or service, think about it from a customer standpoint. When you're buying articles on high authoritative domains, you're going to get the backlink back to your site. But why not when people do a search like, is this business reputable? Has this business, you get what I'm saying? When they go and search for your brand, business, or services, if they're thinking about doing a sale, if it's a bigger sale, not like if you're going to install a sink or something, but bigger sales, people generally do some searches. People are going to look. You want them to find your content. All right? It's a great way of link building. Definitely a great way. Plus then, for those big keywords like, you know, is this brand a scam? Scam report. You want to claim those keywords with positive information before your competitors claim it with negative. Very important. Very important. All right. And I'm sure you've seen this before. You want to get those keywords first because the guy who gets there first is harder to knock off. You've seen this in every industry. If you get there first, it's very hard to beat those guys, right? And gals. Just anybody. So you want to claim those keywords first. These could be facts. So just saying, you know, think about this stuff when we're doing our link building campaigns. I'm seeing it firsthand. It's actually quite insane because then you start looking at bigger brands. Like start doing recognizance for big brands and start looking at the PR and start looking at the links and the articles. And if you understand SEO and you're understanding websites, start looking at the formats. Like you start to realize this was a link building campaign initiated from the company. You know, but at a much smaller level for a local business, I mean, your competitors couldn't even keep up with stuff like this. So they're not even thinking about this. Anyway, moving on. Yelp is one I'm sure. Yelp is a citation, right? I'm not sure about Yelp doing particular things. I don't know if they list blog posts, you know. Yelp blog, top list, top, I don't know. What, diner? Let's see. Yeah, like something like this. You know, if I could get my business in here on Yelp, what's the cost? Even if it's a no follow, what do you think that this would be worth for your business? Priceless? I don't know. Whatever they say. You know, getting on these kind of, this is definitely a top list that's favored. See, this is what prompted me to make the video too, because I was, you know, we were talking all morning. I was up all night doing work, but not all night. I went to bed for a little bit. But what I'm getting at here is when we look at this on qualified websites, these lists would be shown in your business search result. This feature is only for businesses with a physical location, right? Here's an example of a top place list. So, and this is what I mean. So taking this into consideration, like there might not be for, say, a plumber or a chiropractor or anything like that, but that doesn't mean that Google's not looking at these factors. If they're looking at it for restaurants, they're looking at it for all businesses. And this is what I want you to take into account. Like, you want to be the best for your brand business. You need to be the top, the best, and it needs to be broadcasted across the internet. And then once it is, you need to talk about it in your metadata. I think I made that pretty clear. But let's keep going down the list here. Let me get rid of this. I hope that this is helpful for you guys and gals. Let's go down the list. Yelp is one, I'm sure. Okay, go to the history. You will find your links. Map citations are working. Local SEO backlinks will help my local business make money. Thanks. Local SEO backlinks will help my local business rank on Google and Bing. This will help me make more money. Thanks for the secrets. It's not really a secret that building links are effective. But I think that building particular types of links with PR in mind and with your main think of your Google My Business. What's your main category? What's your secondary category? Okay, now look at your website. Does your Google My Business map over to your website? It should. It should talk about those same services and offers. It's correlated, right? Because we know Google is correlating this data. Then with that said, my primary, I'm internet marketing or an SEO or a consultant or a plumber or a doctor. I'm then having all of my details on these reputable top list sources. Once I get that, I'm able to put it into my schema. I just think regular link building is fine, but I would, if I'm about to start a new campaign and I'm going to spend money, you know, if I'm thinking about doing press releases or I'm thinking about doing mass guest posts, I would think about paying whatever the cost is to get on these lists. That's what I'd be thinking. All right, anyway. It just sounded kind of interesting, Jose. Like, not just backlinks. Oops. OPS scam. Oops, scam. Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of trouble. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, I've showed it before. Like, we've had a lot of trouble with this. Like, if you start taking a look at these pieces here, it's definitely within the industry. I mean, you're gonna have good people, you're gonna have bad people. Is RCI a ripoff? You know, people also ask. So this is the kind of thing that you don't you want to nip in the bud, you know. So yeah, interesting, huh? So yeah. But oops, you're right. So hey Chris, what is the #1 backlink for increasing provenance, relevance, and proximity? Thanks. Increasing prominence, relevance, and proximity. Links for this particular we're talking about prominence and relevance. That's what we just covered today. You know, when we're talking about proximity, that's a little bit different, but we want to be listed within all of our business directories that are in our business. I'd also go right over to the Better Business Bureau, get your business listed within your city. You know, I'd want my business listed in these places. That would definitely be a first start. But as far as everything else, we covered that today. Hey, Chris, as usual, nuggets galore. Please, can we see this again? Driving and listening to you as you speak. Yes. Local Viking alternative, Local Falcon. I've used to check it out. Yeah, I was looking at their competitors because I'm going to have that gentleman on because I really like Local Viking, right? But I wanted to see who the main competitor was, and because I was looking for talking points, right? Because for me, if I'm going to have somebody on, I'm looking for, tell me why your product is the best. But I'm not going to ask that. I'm going to go through all the questions, right? I'm going to look at their main features and what makes them the best, local falcon I'm talking about, and ask them how they're doing it better, because I know that they're doing it a little bit better. I want to know how, though. Makes for a good conversation. You know, I know that you agree. My objective too is to be able to start stuff that I use and I trust and I like, that's big brand. And what I really like about those guys is they're based really close to where I used to live, which was in Wilkes-Barre, right? They're in a town. I think some of those guys are in Hanover, right? So yeah, I just think it's interesting. They're very close. I go to Wilkes-Barre all the time to visit my dad. Not Wilkes-Barre. He lives in a town called Kingston. But with that being said, I go there all the time. So I'm hoping maybe I could build a rapport with these gentlemen. I'm hoping. We're going to see. All right. So, Chris, can I set up a meeting with you? It's regarding training. I will definitely heads up to it. Sure. Always. You can set up a meeting all the time. Excuse me. If you, I made a new section within my calendar. So people with quick questions, I have a 10-minute slot now. Because I noticed a lot of people just have a very brief question, or a question that they only have one question. It's not multiple things. Generally, I end up talking to these people for 10 to 20 minutes. But I wanted to give that option. Nobody does that, right? You know, that's one thing that I noticed within, like, everybody wants to be up here, right? Everybody's here, you know? I consider myself, you know, I consider myself very knowledgeable. I've busted my head more than most, right? I've learned things the very hard way, right? I was, you know, lucky enough to have people that know way more than I do to be able to show me a lot of this stuff, and then I was able to go try it. I also belong to great groups where I see guys doing stuff all the time where I can learn new stuff, right? Belong to multiple masterminds, you know, high-level masterminds where I get to see the inner workings of businesses and the campaigns and what they're doing, right? With that being said, I want to be able to give access to the plumber in Idaho that's looking for a competitive advantage where there's 4 guys, but he can't get on the board and he's been in business for 20 years and he's being smoked by some new guy that's been there for 6 months and he has a subpar service, but he's getting beat digitally. Those are the guys I want to help. See what I mean? I want to be able to give access to that knowledge, to that information, to help that guy. They say to set up your customer avatar. That's my avatar. Sorry about that. So unprofessional of me, right? Anyway, so why Page Optimizer Pro? Well, we're going to talk about that as soon as I get down to your question here. Can you suggest how I can index my Web 2 in Google? Oh my God, you know what it is? I probably need to open up my door here. I've been in this room for quite a while. Maybe that's why my ideas were flustered. I also got some new lighting. How do you guys like it? Does it look good? Should I change it? You know, what do you guys think about the new lights? Does it look okay? Does it look bad? Does it look good? I'm curious. So Web 2.0. So here's what I do. So I want you guys to take a look at this. So let's do, here's a Web 2.0 that I used as a buffer. Chris Palmer, SEO.weebly. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Chris Palmer, SEO.weebly. So here's SEO consultant in Las Vegas. So this, you know, I was asked this quite a few times. This is a standard practice. I built out the pages, right? I mean, I didn't build them. I had the a gentleman build them for me. But I told him to put these pages. I asked him to interlink back to this page, which he didn't, but he did build the pages, and I didn't really care. I hit this page as a test. I was testing out lists from Fiverr for GSA backlinks. I've shared this with multiple people. I like to get the lists, the biggest lists that I can buy from other people that let GSA run, right? Because you can just let it run and start dinging. What happens is after time, depending on your computer or your VPSs, you end up getting a AA list and auto-approve list. You can also buy auto-approve lists. What I've found is these guys that are selling this as a service have bought the AA list for $79, and then they break it down and sell you the links on Fiverr for $5. You know, $1 million for $7. You see? But it's either they ran it or they bought the list to begin with. So what I do is I'll say, okay, I'll set up a property like this as a buffer, and I'll say, hey, whack this with, 500,000 links. And then they're going to give me a link report. When I get the link report, then I can put it inside of GSA, and I could set my own. I only want sites with less than 5 outbound links. I only want sites that have these words on them, right? I only want sites that have outbound anchor text that contains these words. You see, the site needs to be about a topic, and it has to have a limited amount of links. Yes, you drastically lose the amount of links you're going to be able to create, but when we're talking about an automated system, and I can just go out and start cranking out links, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go build 500,000 in one shot, but I can go build 1,000 that are actually, on a scale from 1 to 10, they're at least a 2 instead of a 0, So with that being said, Web 2.0 indexation, depending upon the Web 2, all right? Obviously, this is indexed, search result indexed. As you can see, it's right here. So I said all that to say this, how to get them indexed. Links to your links is the easiest, fastest way to get something indexed. If you want to get something indexed, build links to it. It doesn't have to be the best links. In this case, they were actually the worst links I've ever seen. I think I had them allegedly build, and I think they gave me a link list back of either 1 million or 500,000. With that being said, if you take a look at just the Moz, now I know Moz doesn't have the largest database, but just as a benchmark, just as a brief benchmark, let's take a look at this, and I want to show you what 1 million backlinks looks like according to Moz, right? So if you take a look at this, 1 million GSA backlinks, it says that there was only 104 built to this page. 104 out of 1 million. Interesting, right? So this is how we got it indexed. Build 100 links to it. All right, so hopefully that helps you out, brother. Your thoughts on Money Robot. Moving down the list, what's your pro training course dropping? When's the pro training training dropping? When's the pro training dropping? Which pro training? I know what you mean. We're talking about GMB Pro. So I'm launching very soon here what I'm going to call group, done with you group training, right? Group coaching, done with you group coaching, all right? At 2 tiers. The 2 tiers are going to be either $40 per month, might be $45, I haven't determined yet. That will be a larger group, and we're going to walk through, any and all questions will be answered. I'll probably do it twice a week or once a week. I haven't decided yet. Probably twice a week for 3 hours. Then I'll have a group that costs more, but it's going to be smaller. I'm only going to limit it to, say, 10 people. So where instead of I would sell you an hour of my life for $100, I'll give you 4 hours for the same value, and we'll meet once a week. I'll answer and dissect any questions, run audits, and I'll have a criteria that we'll follow. This way, you're going to have, there's a large group of people out there that, just can't afford, that kind of money, So I want to be able to help whomever, because at the end of the day, there's you know, everybody wants to grow their business. Everybody. So I want to be able to help that. So yeah, as far as the training is concerned, as soon as everything is up and running, I need a couple more processors. That's one thing. I also need some reputable. I really need a reputable person that will work with me side by side, that will benefit on the upside as we grow. You know, so I'm still looking for that person. I need help with every task, you know. But yeah, I agree. Good people, bad, wherever. Do PBN still work? 1,000,000%. I'm literally building out a very large network as we speak. I think that niche-specific networks from sites that are receiving traffic that are actually real sites, a link is a link is a link. You know, I think as we move forward, topical is very important. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Generally, when these networks are set up, they're generalized, selling as many links as they possibly can. Then the posts get pushed off. My only objective is to be hyper-focused at a higher price point, but it's topically relevant. It's always being updated, auto-updated, but still updated, fresh content. And then there'll be two different types. You know, homepage, sticky, and then internal, very standard. But yeah, that's the goal. By the end of, you know, within the next 6 months, I'm hoping to have at least 200 sites set up in the most prominent niches. So, yeah. And then that will be exclusively, the services that are going to be launched with the group training are going to be exclusively to the members. Okay, so here's my process. Here's what I do. Not only me, but these businesses, I'll start, you know, people within the group, I'll start sharing a lot more than I would publicly as far as projects that we're working on. You know, big campaigns, two very large campaigns that we've had success with. I'm working on an affiliate site. We're about to sell it. It's very large. We're working on organic traffic. I got a lot of projects going on, but it's okay. My map citation radius. Okay, so with that being said, how do you know if the list is a reputable one? I mean, we're looking at top lists. You know, your top directories, your top lists, Yelps, your up cities. Again, this is what I found to be very, very interesting, right? These top places, when we go for a list on qualified websites, when we click on qualified websites, it takes you right back to the same place. But I want you to take a look at this. Requirements for the listing site. So it's taking me to just down the article, literally just down the article. In order for your site's top places list to be eligible to appear in top places list, right? The list must meet these criteria. So in order to be considered a qualified site to be listing these on, this is why I said not only do I want to get listed on the top places, but then I'm going to start creating my best ofs, my own small network, or getting listed on these best ofs. But this is the criteria that we're looking for. All right. That's why I talked about this, but I told you, hey, go ahead and read this because the information that you seek is here. All right. So hopefully that helps you out, my friend. Can you suggest how I can index my Web 2 in Google? We talked about that. So why Page Optimizer Pro? You know, I mean, it's more of a, I mean, I love Kyle, right? Massive respect for Kyle. It's his tool. I work with them within their community, right? I love what they're doing. They have almost the same model as me. Excellent information at a low cost, right? Top guys. You know, and aside from that, I'm looking for innovation, right? Who's a forward thinker within the space? Obviously myself, I consider. Who's coming up with new stuff? And when I took a look and I'm looking at the tools, not only do I feel that Kyle's a top guy, but when I'm looking at the tools and we're looking at what's coming out new and next, I noticed that Pop is doing it first. Surfer follows. So with that being said, I like the content editor on Surfer, but I see it over here, Also from a business aspect, Pop's cheaper. You know what I mean? So when we're talking about multiple accounts or agency accounts, when you're running multiple projects, we're looking for, forward thinking. We're looking for quality assurance atop a good product, something that's actually helpful. Plus I have top people that aren't just pitching me, like they're telling me in private, hey, this is what we use and this is why, and we like it, right? So when I hear this multiple times from top people that I respect, you have to look at it. Then plus I'm already in their community. I'm already with it. And then when I look at a personal standpoint for my own business, the pricing structure is just better. So those are the factors why Pop, in my humble opinion, but I'm not taking anything away from Surfer. I've used them for a year and a half, So yeah. Again, but don't be misguided. You don't need a tool. You can do the math yourself. It just takes a lot more time. So, and I've made videos on this. You can create your own math. You can do it yourself. It's just faster and easier when you're handing work off to a VA and you say, okay, go write me 1,600 words on this topic and then run it through this tool, and this is what I want. It's just easy, So hopefully that helps you out, brother. So we talked about the training. What's my thoughts on Money and Robot? It's a reputable tool. It's an older tool. That's my only thoughts. I do not currently utilize it, so that's all I can say. Do PBNs work? A link is a link. Absolutely, they work. But is the site actually private or is it public? That's the difference. And if you're going to buy a public blog network link, then this should be for your tiering linking strategy, right? For powering up, sending links to other links. All right, so for Black Hat, how long should you wait before buying links? Say the site is 3 months old. You're starting your link building immediately, right? So as soon as you initiate a campaign, I create my website, I start my internal linking, I create all of my social properties, I then create my Web 2.0s talking about my brand and my services and my keywords, right? So I've already started my, I'm cloud cover, right? I think was the term, but we're cloud covering. We're talking about our brand, business, and service across the web immediately with social and Web 2 properties in a branded sense. So those are our first initial links, also a buffer layer. And secondly, after that, once I start building out pages and I'm receiving organic traffic, then we know that we're recognized by Google, and this is definitely an optimal time to build links to the pages that matter to you. All right, so it's almost immediately you start. All right, so hopefully that helps you out. I agree, good people, bad, yep. So hey Chris, what's the best possible way to index each backlink we create? Not every backlink that you create is going to show up in the forward-facing index or the search results. Just because you're not seeing a link in the search results does not mean that Google doesn't know it's there. I've been saying this for 2 years. If you have a link and it gets de-indexed, right? Let's say this, you have a PBN, your own private PBN. You get a penalty, right? All of the links are taken out of the index. You just let them sit. Do you still, when you take those back, here, let's look at it a different way. I go buy a site that's completely out of the search results and I link out to another property. Does that still pass power even though it's not in the search results? Does it? Yes. Yes, it does. Absolutely, without any shadow of a doubt. So, I wouldn't focus on every little tiny link unless it's a super high quality link, and in that case it should automatically index. With that being said, the best, easiest way is to build other links to the links that you've created, right? So tiered linking is definitely the best way to go. All right, next. So you should look at my brother as bright as like a sun. Yeah, I need help with mandatorial things, basically an extension of myself to handle things, even as simple as going through some of the comments, simple as uploading a podcast, creating a thumbnail, checking my email, making sure that I'm getting the emails that I need to, making sure that my calendar is good, follow-up conversations. I also need help with outreach, right? Link outreach for particular clients. So link outreach is on the list. I also need help with building out and repurposing websites after we're building them out for the network. You see, just all the stuff that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. So, it's website management, content marketing, just managing the people and the systems. I have all the systems and the processes. I just need another me, because my partner is focused on, when I started this, there was 5 of us. Now there's 2 of us, and he's branching off. Like I had a completely different vision, I had a completely different vision. Most guys, which I understand, just like my partner, want to go corporate big. For me, I see the benefit. You don't make as much money, but for me, I like smaller businesses. It's just, I don't know why, right? So that's it. But I need another me. So Chris, you're the best. I try every day. I really do. I try every single day. Can you please share some GMB hacks, please? Some 2 or 3 secrets that only experts know like you. I'll give you the biggest secret right now. The biggest secret is there is no secret. That's the secret. If you're a verified, reputable business, you map your website to the listing, and you're literally an actual brand getting searches, and you're reputable, that is the secret. If you're getting reviews, you're following up with customers, you're getting phone calls, you're having people searching for you, you're running Facebook ads to create volume, right? With that being said, if those are the elements, and we've talked about this within GMB, we know what they're looking at: directional requests, phone calls, and visits to the website. Then up at the top, we're talking about how has this been initiated, off of what keyword. So how are they finding us? They need to be finding us based upon our services, brand, and our secondary keywords. And then when they're finding us, they need to be either asking for directions on how to get to us, they need to be by us on their phone, they need to be clicking to the website, finding what they want, they need to be asking for directional requests from where they are, they need to be literally pushing the call button and booking with us. This is all being logged. And then after that, they need to come back and leave a review talking about your business, brand, service, and utilizing your services, and you're the best. The next step is then we need to talk about off-page. I need to have all the digital mentions with online, whether it's citations, press releases, top list places, backlinks, talking about my business, my brands, my services. I also need to be deriving traffic from these sources. This is the secret. That's the secret. So if we know that this is what they're looking at, then if you're looking for a secret or a hack, then we're looking at, okay, if we know that this is what a reputable business does, if we know that this is what moves the needle, and I already am doing good, I just need that little bit more. I'm on number 3 or I'm number 4, about to break the map pack. What do I need to do? It's all about user interaction. So whatever you need to cross that line, the 3 things that matter the most. That's the secret. That is the secret. Like I can walk through all of the, like I see like these guys selling those services like optimization and this and that. It's basic. You have to be a real business. You have to be getting searches. You have to get interaction. You have to have people wanting to do business with you. So if you want the hack, you need to figure out how to manipulate that, but that's what they're looking at. So you can do that a number of ways. All right, anyway, the lighting is great, thank you. Yeah, I bought these, I didn't want to, but I was like, okay, I got the camera, I got this awesome lens, right? I learned a lot about lenses and stuff. I could have got a better camera, maybe. Chase Reiner actually recommended this camera. It's a Sony Alpha 6400, right? I noticed that Joe Rogan was using this microphone. That's the only reason I bought this microphone. I was like, okay, he's using it, I'm buying it. The last element was the lighting, because I have an office. I have the lighting here, but it looked yellow. So I bought these GVM Great Video Maker panels. I got 2 of them. I'm using 1. So yeah, I just wanted that next step, you know. So what tool do you bulk those links to Weebly, Chris? It was GSA. Chris, make a light diffuser. It'll help you get extra benefits on the overexposure. Yeah, I have the diffuser on. I mean, I could, you know, there's a diffuser on there. You know, I could probably change the filter. You know, it probably has something to do with this, because I look way better when I'm not using the clear background. You know, but whatevs. Alright, moving down the list here. CP, great stream. Thank you. Thanks, Darren. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. We're at our hour mark for today. Yeah, so that's what we're working on. The only other thing that I've been playing with, I guess, I'll show you guys. Here, let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I have the... I should have it within here. I'm not sure where it is. It should be right here. I don't understand. Spin. Why is it not on my flippin'... Why is it not here? Interesting. Here we go. So here, let's go in here and we'll take a look at this quick. I'll show you guys what I've been playing with. So here's Spin Blaster. So what's cool about this is we can come in here, we'll add our images. I guess I don't really want to walk through this now. That would be kind of silly. But what I'm creating is other channels for myself that are going to contain, because I want to hit a particular set of keywords. What I'm after is, and I'm building out another site for myself to look a little bit more professional, because, you know, it's the last step. I also want to share content. Like, as I have the video, I have podcast. The only other thing is the written. I want to get like a blog going, because I like topics that aren't usually covered. I know they don't get a lot of search volume, but I don't care about that. I actually was watching this gentleman. He has a channel. His name's Clint Butler. And I heard him talking about his blog, and he was using something called Dragon Dictate. And it never dawned on me that I could, I mean, I wouldn't use that tool. But within like Weebly or whatever, or Grammarly, they have that audio section. So where I could talk what I'm thinking, it's auto-correcting it, right? So I'm thinking that I'm going to create my blog based on that and then post once a week. You know, and depending on the keyword, long-form content is what I'm going to do. But I want to get this keyword. I'm going to try to go national. But SEO consulting is what I'm after. I'm not optimized technically for this, but here we are. I think LSEO is number 1. Yeah. See right here. Yep, LSEO. So yeah, this is where we want to go. So this is what we're after here. You know? So we want to get up here. Let's go see their links quick. Let's go see if they're using a PBN. All right, so here we go. Businessing. So advertise. So there's 1. Yep, there's 2. What kind of strength do these have? DA49, DA40, DA44, and DA44. So all straight PBN links. So 4 PBN links. Very interesting. So these guys are using PBNs to rank, which is fine by me. So that's the guy to beat for this particular term, and I'm probably gonna take it. I mean, I'm after it. I didn't do anything yet. I know I'm ranking what I think page 2. Yeah. So I think this is page 2. Let me see. Nah, it's probably page 2. But I didn't do anything though. But this is what I'm after. I'm rebuilding this site, this page, with another tool because I want to incorporate it into training. You know, but I only wrote this out. I wasn't even trying to optimize it. I just did, you know, I just wrote it out. But yeah, I have a DA24, so that's interesting. That went up. It used to be like a 10. You know what I credit a spike to? I went on a campaign building EDU links, and it definitely affected my DAPA rankings, you know, which I thought was interesting. So yeah, this page doesn't exist. So yeah, in any case, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully some of these tips helped you out today. You buy GSA list on Fiverr. I have them buy them. Yes, I have. I'll show you. Yes, I have. I also noticed this guy, if you look, where is he? Recently viewed. So yeah, see this one? I bought this. I paid for this one, right? So I bought this list off this girl here, off this woman, I should say. It looks like a girl. I don't know. I don't know her. It's probably some dude. But yeah, here's 100 million for 5 bills. There's cheaper than this. She gave me $1 million for $5, right? This is just one. If you come over here, I don't necessarily want to share this because there's a couple guys in here that I really like. You know, that I don't necessarily want to share this particular account. But yeah, I buy them from here and then I run them through GSA, which is here. So you put them inside of here. I don't know if you guys have GSA, but I would, you know, I know that SEO autopilot is all the rage right now. But in my humble, you can see what I have here. Here's Scrapebox. Here's GSA, right? Yeah, you can update it. So we have this campaign here. I was just testing out a list that I had. Oh, looks like it's updating. But I was running them over here to this blogger account because I wanted to see. I think it's like Chris. Let's take a look here. So SEO expert Chris Palmer blogger. I don't know what it is. But in any case, the links were super toxic that this person, I bought them. Here it is. And it totally just, it just like dropped. I didn't even think it was going to show up. I thought it would just drop off the face of the earth. But yeah, it's within here. So we go to October. This one isn't even it. This isn't even, yeah, it did drop. This isn't even the one I was building them to. But yeah, I do buy them. I buy them from Fiverr. I buy GSA link lists. They're not actually giving you the list. I just found that, you know, if you let the tool run to get 1 million submitted, like I'll give you a look here. Like, see how this says verified? You know what I mean? To get 1 million of those takes a long time. So what I'm getting at is, you know, to go buy 1 million of them for $5, you just saved all that time. It's worth $5. It's worth $5. And then all you have to do is just bring it in. You know what I mean? You just bring it into here. You can just upload it, upload your list, and that's that. And then what I would do is I would come in and set the details that you want for your campaign. All right? So, yeah, I buy them. Definitely I buy them. Any other questions, guys? GSA is nice. Thanks for the answer. How do you get those auto-approve lists for GSA? Well, I mean, I guess I could plug my guy, right? I'll give you one of them. So, one of the guys, good guy, he runs a service, all right? And he'll offer you here he is right here, 710 FLA, this guy right here. So you can take a look at this gentleman's service, which is here. I've gotten them from here. This is one place to get auto-approve links, so it's serpgrow.com. Again, I'm not recommending, I'm just showing you, I'm just giving you information. I have gotten them from him before, all right? Were they good? I mean, they were GSA links that were auto-approve, all right? You get what you pay for. You can read the reviews. That's up to you. Prices are cheap. It's, you know, it is what it is. Give them $50, I'll give you a big old list, all right? So that's that, and he updates them. He has multiple servers that run. I mean, you can go in there and get a lot of links. But with that said, that's like one of the places you can go buy links, right? But with that being said, you can come over here to Fiverr, and like I showed you, they have people on there that bought these auto-approve lists for, say, $50, and then they'll sell you 1 million links for $5. There's even guys on there selling 10 million links for $5. But here's the key. Here's what I do, and this is what I've learned. I'll give you a quick tip. What I do beforehand is I message them, because you'll read their little snippet inside of Fiverr, but you want to ask no repeating URLs, right? It can't be, you know, it can't be the same URL. It has to be all different IPs, right? And then I'll say, I need 1 million, and do you guarantee this? Because what'll happen is, you know, they'll tell you yes, 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 but then it's a way that you get the first list, you'll be able to get complimentary, and then they'll run it again for you to be able to get the links. But the key note here is this. You want them to give you, it has to be 1 million links, all different URLs. All right, that's key. But not different URLs, meaning like it's joeswebsite.com/page 1 and then joeswebsite.com/page 2. No, that's not different URLs. Meaning like completely different referring domains. 1 million different referring domains for $5 is a deal. No matter where you go. But that's what you're looking for. All right, so just be cautious when you're buying stuff, because they might tell you it's 10 million links, you get your link list back, and it's really only 1,000, because it's all the same site, you know. It's all about referring domains. All right, so with that being said, I think we're going to call it a day, unless there's anything else. Is that Blogger site your buffer? I have, not necessarily, no. I have multiple sites. I mean, you can look at my backlink profile. You can see what I'm doing. You can find them, you know, chrispalmermarketing.com. I mean, I'm sure you can take a look and see what I'm doing. You know, I have 526 referring domains, right? And then you can see the type of strategy that I've used. I mean, I don't build content, really. I make content based around the training that I have. Now, obviously, I'm going to start building content based around, I'm going to start building content based around my videos. You know, different. I'm not just going to pull the text. It's going to be different. But the keywords that I went for, like I went for, you know, drive stacks. And if you search, I'm number 1. If you search for Google drive stacks, I mean, I'm just saying, I have like 3 pages on my website. I was there. Here's my vid. And then here is me right here. So, but my video's here. I had the snippet, but it's gone. You know, the other term that I went for is click-through rate manipulation, obviously. Oh, this guy, yeah, I forgot about him. I'm on first page for this term. I went down, obviously, but this looks like, I think they did a press release to get up here. That's okay, though. CTR manipulation, I think Craig's, manipulation. Yeah, Craig's hitting on that one. I think that's what he's optimized for. Yeah, CTR manipulation. Yeah. That makes sense. Here's CTR, but here I am again. I'm still on the first page. Here's my video. So, yeah, I mean, and what I'm getting at is the stuff that I wanted to rank for, I ranked for it, right? But here, let's look at this, though. I mean, you can see my linking. You can see what I did, but let's go take a look at our anchor text distribution. You know, what do we have? SEO, right? 347 references of SEO. And then we have Instagram. Again, I used to primarily run pods. That was my opening point. I used to run pods. I had thousands of accounts on multiple servers. I used to run pods for business owners. But that was my gateway to getting in the door for search engine optimization. Because as you know, it's very difficult to find clients, but at the time, I found a niche. I found a way to get my foot in the door very rapidly with over 756 businesses I have access to at one time. Where I definitely got at least half of them to let me perform an audit at $500 and then go on from there. So, you know, that exploded my business, but the main objective was the pods and Instagram. When Instagram was really booming, that's how I really grew. Then once I made the money, that's what made me push over to, you know, once time progressed, I was like, okay, you know, I won't, you know, this Instagram thing's going to die off. Like, I need to get in front of more people. So that's, you know, hence 2 years ago, I came over here a year and a half ago onto YouTube. You know, I was like, most of these people don't want you to show what you're doing. So how can you showcase your knowledge? How can you showcase? You have to demonstrate. I mean, it's the only way. So with that being said, you can see here's the kind of anchor text. You can see what I'm going for. SEO, testing, consultant, Chris Palmer, marketing. You see what I mean? So branded and then exact match. You can see it all within my profile. If we take a look at our referring domains, we can see that we have 6 EDUs. I contribute those 6 EDUs to really bumping up my, it really bumped up my DA. I don't know why or how. Well, I know why and how, but you know what I mean. But yeah, you can see what I'm doing here. I mean, if you take a look in here, you'll start to see, you know, where the buffers lie. You know, just take a look in here. You know, you could see where the power is derived from, right? And then if you take a look, you'll be able to see the buffers. What you'll notice is not too much Web 2.0 is buffer. but quite a few websites, if you take a look, that I utilized as buffers. It might not even be something I control, but there's a lot of providers out there that offer low-tier niche edits or low-tier PBN links, public blog network links, on internal pages that act as absolutely phenomenal buffer layer, right? Any do follow citation that I've built, buffer layer. Any press release that ends up being a do follow, buffer layer, right? So it's all about building the links to the links. I'm hoping to showcase this strategy or the power of this, which is pretty typical. When I start to go after SEO consulting seriously, because I really want to get SEO consulting across the web. You know, when you're searching for consultation or group trainings or trainings in general, I want to show up. You know, and I think that that's a good task to be burdened with. So yeah, hopefully if this has helped you, please give me a thumbs up. I know that we have gotten off track a little bit. We're just kind of talking. But yeah. Do you have any trainings available? I do have training available. If you're interested in it, you can check out Chris Palmer, SEO.podia.com. That's where it's hosted for now. It will be off of here very soon. I have multiple trainings. We have building 700 backlinks, which is actually 800, right? And then here's how you build 500. We have bulk CTR training, right? I do the enterprise. That's coming as soon as this sells through. As soon as everybody understands this, we can move on to this. This will be part 3 and the last part in the series. This isn't for everybody, all right? So Google Stacks, obviously, we have something coming up. I'm thinking about, I was talking with quite a few people. I'm thinking about doing the new one live and just doing it all in one session. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we'll just host a, say $50. And what we'll do is we'll do it in a day. And then I'll record it, you know, and then what I'll do is it's $50. You can sign up and join live, and we'll do it together live. Then what I'll do is I'll break it down into sections, or you can wait until it's broken up, and I'll charge you $99, right? Because I feel that skill is worth $100. 2 hours of tactics. This is primarily a lot of tips, but I cover quite a few things in there. And then, you know, this stuff too. I don't want to, you know, I don't know why but yeah, I have training. And then if you need help with anything, you can always come over here. You know, you can come to CALAN right here, Calendly/Chris Palmer Marketing. And here's my new one. I decided to add this 10 minutes. So we can do 10 minutes, we can do 30 minutes, or we could do 60 minutes, you know? And here we'll come into this one because I set the hours different. And then you can see the hours. Let's pick a day. So here we go. You know what I mean? So here's pretty much the hours that I like. 8 till 11:30, and then 8 p.m. until 10:30, all right? So that's perfect. As you notice, because once noon hits, actually about 1 o'clock, sometimes 2, I go right up, I go upstairs, you know, I'll go upstairs, you know, work's over at that time until 8 p.m. Once 8 p.m. hits, then I come right back to work. All right, so cool. In case anybody didn't know, I guess, I don't know. I usually don't talk about that kind of stuff, but sometimes I guess it's okay. Hello everyone, Chris, in an irrelevant question, would you mind telling me a content mixture or WP blocks mixture in order to create multiple versions of my prototype WordPress? Hello everyone, Chris, in an irrelevant, would you mind telling me a content mixer? I'm not sure what you mean by this. Or a WP blocks mixer in order to create multiple versions of my prototype WP WordPress. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by this, right? However, you know, when I don't know an answer, let's go look it up, right? Let's figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Let's go see. What is it? A content mixer? Is that what it's called? A content mixer for WordPress? Let me see if I think it's something else. SSL insecure content fixer. Text that mix master. Need to delete Mixcloud option automatically show the short code. Does it have something to do with short code? Mixed content error? I'm not sure actually. I have no idea what you're getting at. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry, I can't help with that. I don't know. At least I'm honest. I mean, I have no idea, dude. I'm not sure what you mean by this. All right, so yeah, time to rock and roll. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you are interested in anything and you're in this live stream, I'll give you guys a coupon. I can't do it. Actually, no, I can't. All right. Tech niche good to start? Is tech niche good to start? Probably. I would start with anything that you enjoy. You know, something you don't mind looking at every day. Something that you understand, especially if it's at first. And focus on something that doesn't have to be consistently updated. Tech is always being updated. It's good because you always have new stuff to talk about. But the issue lies in, you know, the problem lies in, you know, the content always needs to be updated. You know, like I was playing around with a site. I got the traffic up again. I'm just waiting for the new posts to hit. And once I double up the traffic, which I'm assuming it will, I'm going to sell it off, right? Because I learned that. I never went into tech stuff before. But I recently did. I'm just going to stick with the model that works for me. I like coupon codes. Coupons and digital products, right? For affiliate is what we're talking about if you just logged on. I like straight coupon sites. You know, like coupon sites are what I do, you know, phenomenally well. All right. I don't know if anybody has ever visited this website, but something like this is what you know, the kind of stuff that I really like. You know, if you take a look in here, very simplistic, a large site, but very simplistic. All right. You're able to generate and create just by gathering up deals and then showcasing them. But you could do this in any niche for any product. So say you want to do a whole website dedicated on discounts and product offers and coupon codes based around headphones. Then you just go to all the providers and get all of the coupons that you possibly can. Or what you'll end up doing is you're going to need someone to get the scripts to run them. Or you can even utilize Honey. They have an API. Shh, tell anybody. And that way it runs for you. But you're just using their data for the gathering. With that being said, this is the kind of stuff that I like. You know, codes are the best, dude. Coupons and codes are what I've always found success in. I had a personal one-pager. I showed this publicly. I usually don't show my stuff, but I had one for HostGator coupons. I think we're about to come up, HostGator. This video is coming down anyway. The end part is, so I'm not concerned about showing these things off. Man, I was right up here. I had a G site. It was right up here. I think, guys, it's called Coupon Cabin is who I think outed me. I know who runs that, and we're not friendly, which is very strange. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I'm moving back up. So we just did things a little bit differently. It was quite an investment, but we're on our way up here. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, this is what I would be focused on. So yeah, I like coupons, man, for a first niche. But what I found is I wouldn't go too wide. I'd pick one niche. And then once you get that niche, then I would just drill down, So just drill it down. All right. Yeah. So any other questions about anything before I wrap it up? I do have to do some work. Thank you. Sure. Okay, so here we go. What is your view on creating a tool site? Can you please tell me more about such sites like JPEG to PNG converter, Word to PDF converter? Yeah, I think that they can be very profitable. What I would recommend is go take a look at the ones that are successful currently, match, mimic, and then dominate, right? So I would go take a look at it. If you have any money to invest, I might even just go snap up ones. They have a life cycle, is what I've noticed. I've never personally owned them, but I do know once you can get them scaled to, they sell for pretty good multiples. They do well, but they have a life cycle. I've seen them, they go up, they go back down, because there's always new people come in. And then if you figure out a converter that's a little bit different than others or does multiple tasks, you'll probably be in a better boat, you see? So yeah, I think they're good. It's not the model that I like. I like content, but no, they'll definitely work. So I wouldn't not do it. If you have the talent, or if you have the skill set, or you have people that you work with that can help you utilize that, then you can come work with me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, I like coupons. That's primarily what I do. That's, I like timeshares, travel clubs, I like SEO, and I like coupon sites. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a pleasure. I think we're going to wrap it up now. So I got to figure this out. I have the lighting, I have everything that I need. I don't understand why it doesn't look perfect, and it's making me crazy. Very upset. But anyway, when buying links, PBNs, should you link to your inner pages or homepage? So both. If you want to maximize link power, then you want to build links, because here's why. So here's what I've found over time. So if I have a website, let me get this. If I have a website, and let's say that this is a PBN site, right? This is a PBN. And let's say that this is an article. But within this article, it links in, and here's my website, right? Here's the homepage, right? And then here is the inner page. So let's say that this is an inner page that I want to rank. So I have a PBN, I go buy a PBN. If you can, right? You want to send one here, and you want to send one here, right? Or to any other page. Ideally, you want to be able to extract at least 2 links going to 2 separate pages. If I get 1-to-1, that's ideal. But if I can get one website to link to multiple pages, then both pages get a lift. Okay? So with that being said, if I only could choose one, depending on the article, if it's an article that I'm focused on, then I need to send links to that article in order to help it rank. However, if I'm in the beginning stages of a campaign, or I'm in a larger campaign, then I'm going to be sending links to the homepage and to the internal pages. Home trickles down, but you also need to send, depending on the competition, links into internal pages. So it really depends on competition, and it also depends on your overall authority, and are you ranking yet? Because if not, then you need to send a link into the internal page that you want to rank. All right, so hopefully that helps you. What is this? Oh, this is mine. All right, so we'll just copy that. All right. All right. Thanks. Haha. Why don't you use a paid SEMrush plan? Are you using OBS? I do use SEMrush. I'm not sure what you mean by that. This is a paid plan. I'm not sure what you mean by that, my friend. You mean, why don't I go in there and set it up for my accounts? Because I come in here publicly all the time and I don't need my stuff broadcasted in there. If you're talking about some of my main sites, like I didn't go in here and set up the, like I have the one in here just as a quick link, but why don't I stack all of my sites in here? Because I'm very public with the stuff I do and I don't need all my sites. That particular site, it's a joint venture that I'm working with, so I don't mind it showing up because I have to go there quite frequently. But if that's what you mean, then I'm not sure what you mean. But this is paid. This is the one of the better plans. I mean, you have to have a tool, you know. So whether you're going to go with Ahrefs or Majestic or SEMrush, that's up to you. But if you're performing SEO, it's almost mandatory that you have to pick one of them at least. I know a lot of guys recommend using two, but that's very costly, you know, and I really like the underdog. That's why I went with SEMrush. I could have quite easily went with what everybody else is pitching, but I decided to do SEMrush because I look at them as they're up next, right? They're the underdog. So that's me. So that's who I want to represent. I really like them. And they're just a great group of guys. I was able to talk with them. I love them. I mean, they've been nothing but kind to me. Try reaching out to Ahrefs and see how they respond. You know? So yeah, that's why. But I do pay for that plan. That is a paid plan. Hopefully that answers your question there, CK. Am I using OBS? Yes, I'm using OBS. Happy Saturday, Chris. Thank you, Holly. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. For local site, if there's an inner pages for the countries and other inner pages targeting the countries, what should the index homepage target? Okay, so for local site, generally, if I'm not generally going to be ranking the homepage. The homepage for most clients is going to be about the brand. And then, because I don't want to compete with myself, all right? So homepage is usually going to be about brand and information. It's going to be an email form and contact details, probably a contact form, or takes you over to the form and contact details about the brand. And because my main and primary focus is going to be ranking those location pages, right? So branded would be the way to go there. All right, so I meant to say some for towns and some for countries. What does the index page target? I'm not sure what you mean by the index page. But for a local site, if there's a lot of inner pages that are targeting countries and other inner pages targeting counties, so counties and other inner pages, counties, what should you index? The homepage target. So I hope that I answered that, because that's what I would do. Because remember, Google's looking at pages, not the overall site. So I would definitely make sure that if you're targeting different countries, make sure that, for me actually, I'd probably go build another site. But make sure that you're using the right metadata, hreflang, for those countries, all right? If you're just local and you meant to say counties, and I think you did write county, I think you meant country, county. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you meant, but generally the homepage is detuned. It's going to be about brand because I'm focusing my efforts on those location pages. All right. All right, moving on. Holly, can you recommend a website that can create multiple versions of WP landing page? Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Chris, for what? No. Yes, you might be able to help you with that. Oh, so is that what you meant by that question about mixers? You want to know how to create multiple versions or spin WordPress landing pages? You can do that within shortcode. That was for Ethemas. There you go. Okay, Thank you, Holly. Great for. See, Holly's a great lady. You deserve more subs. You know, you get what you deserve, right? You know, I think over the course of time, I'm not concerned. It's not about subs. You know, my reach is getting better. I've been able to help quite a few people, so I'm very happy as things are going. Your opinion on affiliate site with ClickBank? Well, for me personally, that's not the route that I would go, but that's me. All right. Now, if you have ClickBank offers, it was highly profitable. Like I used to do Los Polos. I used to do Crack Revenue. I used to do ClickBank offers. Like when Instagram was doing very, very well and I had thousands of accounts, you know, when that was a viable solution, you know, I ran multiple campaigns utilizing those types of platforms. I think I used Max Bounty. I think that's the name of it, Max Bounty. I haven't been on there in so long. Yeah, Max Bounty, that's what it was. Max Bounty. I did Max Bounty offers. I tried them all. What I really liked was I primarily focused on Crack Revenue. You can look at the type of offers that they have. What we would do is I'd set up what is called a content locker or a locker that had multiple offers on it. Either that or email submits, like say iPad or iPhone offers. So the iPhone offers, and I'd target, you know, the objective was to get an email. So I'd run either iPad, iPhone free offers to get email addresses, or I'd run Crack Revenue offers to a content locker on a landing page. That was, where I found success on Instagram. That's what we primarily did as the network grew. I figured out, hey, I can utilize these networks to boost the numbers for clients. And I started offering it on Fiverr, also on Blackout World, which got me in the door for search engine optimization. Obviously started out with the audit. The audit would depict how I could help them in the future. So on and off page with the technical audit, I call it a competitive analysis, right? It's a competitive analysis audit, which it incorporates all three, right? So once I did a competitive analysis audit, I could determine, okay, here's what you need for your on-page, here's what you need technically, and then here's what you're going to need for your content marketing and your off-page strategies. And here's how I can help you, right? That was my pitch. That's what I did. That's how it worked for me. But then as time passed, Instagram died off for me. That's that. So yeah, ClickBank, that's how I did it, and that's all I have to say about that. So I'm planning on coming to your neck of the woods for a mastermind weekend. Let me know if you have vacation or something planned for the last week in March, early April. April. Well, my birthday's in April. At the end of April. I'm probably going to take my family away for that, the end of April. But other than that, I'm pretty free. And I would be very grateful to attend and help with anything that you have going on, Holly. I would love to help and share and meet other people. I love to be able to have communications with people that value SEO like I do. So I'm totally for it. All right. So thanks, not a backup, but an instant creator. Yes, Chris, thanks for your time. Both of you, I do it by writing code. I just wanted to skip this process and do it automatically. Yes. All right, guys. So, and gals, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I know I've said that a few times. I think that's going to be it. I think we got it going on here. I'm going to go work on my project now and call it a day. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm going to log down. Everybody have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your week off or your weekend off. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Many blessings. Goodbye. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.